Yo, that was crazy, man. He talks crazy about black people. He talk crazy about Puerto Ricans. Man, he gonna pay for it. He gonna pay for it January 31st. It's time. It's time to show him what the level is. I don't think he realized what the level is, so I can't wait to show him.
Things boiled over when Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez met in person, locking eyes as the intensity between them was impossible to ignore.
Tio, this is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Shakur Stevenson?
When Shakur Stevenson, I do everything better than him. I do everything better than him.
Are you planning for a knockout or just you're happy with the decision?
All of it will come. All of it will come. Mike Tyson tried to go for knockouts in his career and never got there, you know, and I think there's like a hoax to it, or like a jinx. When you try to go for a knockout, you don't get it. So you just gotta naturally let it happen when the time.
It was clear this wasn't staged hype. Two elite fighters were reading each other in a moment that could define their careers. Shakur stayed composed, his words cold and deliberate as he acknowledged Teofimo's authenticity.
You don't want to do that. You told him the truth. You respect him as a fighter. What do you expect about him?
At the end of the day, I'm an honest fighter. I sit down, I watch, and I see who's good and who's not. And when I watch him, I think he's a great fighter. So, me being honest with you, that's all cool. But at the end of the day, once again, I will come out.
At the same time, he made it known that he sees himself as the superior fighter, a cool, understated way of saying he plans to take the title. He emphasized the importance of staying locked in.
Shakur, this is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Tio?
I'm the better fighter. That's it.
He brushed aside the outside chatter and said January 31st would tell the real story. When it came to strategy, he stayed tight-lipped, leaving Teofimo with a simple message. The answers would come in the ring.
One of the big narratives surrounding the last fight was the whole Tom and Jerry aspect of it. We're expecting to see you stand in front of Teofimo Lopez and...
I can't tell y'all how I'm going to fight. Why would I tell you? If I tell you, that means I'm telling him. So at the end of the day, it'll be a surprise for him and just come in on fight night and I'll...
Teofimo, meanwhile, radiated confidence. He claimed the edge in every area and vowed to bring controlled aggression, a plan built for chaos.
I think when you're the best at what you do and you're outspoken like myself, yeah, you're gonna have that underdog. It's like a slumdog millionaire, so it's okay. I prefer it. I don't mind it. We're always against all odds. That's what I like to say. Coming into the pros, that's what it was, and that's what it's.
Both fighters kept circling back to legacy, scale, and pound-for-pound stakes, framing this bout as one that could decide control of the 135 and 140 divisions. That's when it hits. You're not watching just another headliner, but a moment that could reshape careers.
See, I was just going to say, what can you offer to people who say, like, in this fight, you know, one of your advantages is counterpunching, and then one of his advantages is timing and distance, and how that'll make it hard for you to get those opportunities? What's your response to that?
My response is like, you ever been in this position? then you just don't know.
Shakur positioned himself as the one fighting uphill, while Teofimo leaned fully into the spotlight as the antagonist. Neither backed down, creating a verbal standoff that felt like a clash over what the future would look like.
Look into those fights, or do you think Teo's this fighter who rises to bigger occasions and you're expecting to see a better Teofimo?
I don't think that I got the same style as them guys. I think that them guys are movers. If you really pay attention to my fights, I'm not a guy that really just move all around the ring. So we'll see. We'll see come fight night. But once again, I think we got totally different styles.
Just as the Shakur Teofimo back and forth began to feel like a strategic duel disguised as a press event, Jaron Ennis stepped in like the quiet student who already knows the answers. He offered a prediction that cut through the noise. No hesitation, no theatrics. In his view, Shakur takes over, not as a loud social media take, but from the calm confidence of someone who's shared rounds with them and understands the gap.
I think Shakur gonna cook him. I ain't gonna lie. I think Shakur gonna cook him 9-3.
9-3?
Yeah.
Now, you talking about, like, is it competitive early, or is it just...
It might be competitive early, but I think Shakur just gonna, like start breaking him down, like, mentally and stuff like that. I don't think Tio like mentally there.
He suggested the fight could be close in the opening rounds, but over time Shakur would begin to wear Teofimo down psychologically. That's the dangerous part. A mental breakdown doesn't always show on screen, but it's ruthless in the moment. When Ennis spoke about Shakur's control of range, that was serious respect, because distance management is boxing's ultimate advantage. In his view, most fighters can't even access the level where Shakur operates.
What about Shakur that's difficult?
I just think I think with these guys, I think Shakur, like, he knows his distance well, and I don't think the other guys can like reach him or capitalize off of it.
Now, everybody's saying decision. Could a stoppage be on the table? Because you said like frustrate him.
Yeah, for sure. A stoppage is always in the works. These guys fighting with 8 ounces on, no head gear. Anything can happen in the fight.
Then he casually added that a stoppage isn't out of the question if frustration builds up. A striking comment coming from someone usually so measured. What stood out even more was how he turned it into advice. Shakur just needs to focus on being himself. Ignore the crowd, block out the noise, keep it simple, and win. It might sound basic, but that's exactly how champions maintain their edge over time. And yes, the social media reaction was instant and real.
So what does Shakur have to do to be successful against a Tio?
Just be himself, be him. Don't listen to the crowd, don't listen to these fans, don't listen to these haters, naysaying doubters. Just be him, do what he do best, and that's one.
Yeah. Is that a situation where you keep it simple, keep it boring?
Keep it simple and win. That's all. Get home safe to your family, bro. Keep it simple.
Essentially, no matter who comes out on top, the internet will rewrite the story in minutes. Boxing fans love labeling everyone overrated after the fact. Meanwhile, his energy screamed champion. No drama, just work, progress, joy, gym, repeat. It's ironic that the loudest voices hype chaos. Yet one of the best fighters in the world is calmly saying, it's fundamentals and mental control that decide this. That contrast makes the fight even more intriguing. Either Andis ends up looking prophetic, or Teofimo channels the pressure into explosive momentum.
You always have them people in the background saying they're gonna try to downplay his win. Some people gonna be like, if he do win, some people gonna be like, Tio not this, Tio not that, or vice versa. They try to. You know how this boxing game is. You know how this boxing world is. You know how social media is. As soon as somebody get cooked, he was never that good.
Right after Andis brought that calm, calculated fundamentals over chaos energy, Rolly Romero stepped in and shifted the tone entirely. Like a philosophy lecture mixed with street smarts. He didn't start by taking sides. He started with God, signaling this wasn't about hot takes, but mindset. From there, he moved straight into legacy, calling Teofimo a Hall of Famer already. A legendary level compliment coming from a fellow fighter, not just a fan.
Very good, stylistically, people say Shakur is gonna beat him, and like I said, a focused Tio is a dangerous Tio, and I feel like he's been focused. I feel he's actually been very, very, very focused, so I think we're going to see the best Teofimo.
When Rolly points out that Teofimo's resume currently surpasses Shakur's, it's not throwing shade, it's providing context. Suddenly, the conversation shifts from styles make fights to history builds confidence. The crucial point is his repeated warning. A focused Teofimo is a dangerous Teofimo, the variable you can't capture in any stat sheet. He essentially downplays the Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz bouts as warm-ups, suggesting Teofimo was cruising through those fights and that this current version of him is fully locked in, which is a scary thought if it proves true.
Oh no, I would love to see Tio win. Tio's a legend, bro. Tio is a Hall of Fame fighter. At the end of it, bro, in reality, he would have been undisputed at 140, but Josh Taylor had vacated the belt. But regardless, Tio's already an all-time legend, bro. You can't knock Tio. And like at the end of it, bro, who has the better resume between Tio and Shakur?
It would be Tio right now.
Then he notes a subtle but important detail. Teofimo has the edge in short bursts of speed, while Shakur excels at controlling timing. It's a fascinating contrast, explosive speed versus rhythmic precision. I love how Rolly doesn't limit himself to a single strategy either. He says, you have to both stalk and box, because against a complete fighter, one approach isn't enough. What's funny is that Riley's energy seems chaotic, but his breakdown is actually disciplined. His point, this isn't about hype. It's about preparation, respect, and showing up fully. No gimmicks, no theatrics, just a fighter who put in the work. That's what makes his perspective so compelling. He isn't selling a story. He's describing a version of Teofimo that is calm, focused, and deliberate. If that version shows up, we're not just witnessing a style clash, we're seeing a collision of mindsets. And those kinds of fights don't follow predictions, they follow pressure.
Teo is extremely athletic and has a crazy hand speed.
Faster than Shakur, you think?
Yeah, Teo's lets off combinations a lot faster than Shakur, but Shakur does have great timing.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, we're gonna see truly who shows up. We're gonna see. I feel like I said, Teo's really been training hard for this.
Right after Raleigh framed the fight as a clash of mindsets, Jamal Herring stepped in like the veteran who's been inside the ring with Shakur and walked away with a technical survival guide. Herring openly admits he once thought size and strength would give him an edge, only to immediately note how Shakur nullified everything with ring IQ, distance control, and that unnerving front foot measurement that turns the ring into his personal yardstick. When Herring explains that Shakur punished any miss, even against a reach advantage, it's not hype, it's a warning. Then he turns to Teofimo and lays out the game plan. Teofimo can't make this a chess match because that's Shakur's territory. Herring keeps emphasizing the same point. Teofimo has to use his size, speed, and unconventional rhythm to disrupt Shakur early, press him, and force him to fight on Teofimo's terms, not his own.
See when how he comes out the gate against Lomachenko, and I believe he has to do that even with Shakur. You gotta basically be the bully because he's the bigger man. He has to basically put his foot on the gas and step to Shakur. But I think it's a great matchup, and it's two really good styles that clash. And for me, I also, despite what people may think, or maybe the one loss on Teofimo's record, I think Teo has improved since the Kambosos fight a lot. And I think it's a great matchup for boxing. I'm actually excited.
Herring even breaks down rhythm like a lesson in the gym, explaining that if you approach Shakur at a steady, predictable tempo, he'll study you, figure out your timing, and systematically dismantle you, just like he did to Herring himself in the Valdez fight. That's brutal honesty. His key point, Teofimo has to constantly shift speeds, mix up his cadence, hit, reset, and hit again. Predictable rhythm is basically an open invitation for Shakur to counter and turn your offense into a highlight reel. Herring also emphasizes how fast Shakur adapts. Once he senses a shot, he remembers it and rarely lets it land a second time. Terrifying. But Herring doesn't make Teofimo seem powerless. He keeps noting that Teofimo is bigger, stronger, and athletic. If he can make contact early and consistently, it changes the entire dynamic. Still, his conclusion is firm. Teofimo must impose his will, control the pace, and force the fight. He can't let it turn into a clinic.
Tricky things that Shakur does that Teo may need to look out for.
His timing. Because if you miss, he'll make you pay. So he's definitely. That's what I meant. Like, you have to change your speed up. That's what they say in the gym. Change your speed up. Because you keep coming with the same speed and timing, he's gonna pick it up, and then he's gonna find his rhythm and start picking you apart that way. So you gotta basically change. You gotta change a lot of things in there with Shakur. And you gotta.
Herring makes it clear. If Teofimo lets Shakur control rhythm, distance, and pace, he's already behind. And against someone like Shakur, playing catch-up quickly turns into frustration. When you put all of this together, the fight stops feeling like just another title bout. It becomes a true crossroads moment. Shakur steps in with the aura of a cold, calculated technician, backed by experts who say he can dismantle Teofimo mentally and technically if he dictates tempo and distance. Teofimo, on the other hand, brings legacy talk and that dangerous, focused energy that has already stunned the world. Analysts agree the fight comes down to tempo, mindset, and who forces their game first. A chess match, a pressure cooker, or a chaotic showdown. One fighter looks to solidify his legacy, the other to rewrite the narrative in real time.
Just because we've never really seen Shakur, and let's be honest, in a real tough bout yet, where he looks like he's at the point of losing anything, You know what I mean? Obviously you have to favor Shakur. Like I said, Teo's had issues. You know, like you say he was sick, whatever. But he had issues with the Kambosos fight. He had issues with the Jermaine Ortiz fight. So of course you have to favor a guy like Shakur.
Now I want to hear from you. Who do you see coming out on top? Will Shakur's timing and ring IQ dismantle Teofimo? Or will Teofimo's size, athleticism, and pressure turn the fight on its head? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can break it down properly. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters for more deep dive breakdowns. See you in the next video.